Oh, what do I even want to say? This is going to be such a disaster of a video. I'm half asleep. Hey Cake Chums, and welcome back to another video. Now, I've had a few exciting packages arrive through the door this week, some of which I've bought myself and some of which have been sent in PR. So I thought it was about time we did another episode of What's New in Cake. Let's get to the video. Now, if it's your first time here, first of all, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button. And just a bit of info for you. In my What's New in Cake videos, we generally kind of do a bit of a first look, first impression, looking at these new products or bits of kit or gear. And then if there's anything that particularly takes your fancy and you'd like to see in a bit more detail, let me know down in the comments. And what I can always do is a follow-up video where we actually put some of these products to the test. If we were actually to do all of them in one video, I think it would end up being about 4 hours long, and I don't know about you, but I think I would very quickly get bored. So yes, in today's video we're going to be opening them up, having a little look at them, having a bit of a chat about them, and then yes, if any of them particularly take your fancy and you'd like to know more, like to see them in action, essentially would like to see me put them to the test, then head down to the comments and let me know and I'll see what I can do. Now, I have to admit I am really excited about this first one. I actually saw it advertised on the PME Instagram channel page, stories I think actually. I saw it advertised over on Instagram a while ago when they kind of announced that it was coming, and I was like, I need to get one of those. And that is the brand new PME Professional turntable, which looks like this. Now, do I already have tons of cake turntables? Yes. Do I need another one? No. Did I buy it anyway? Of course I did. So let's open this up and have a look. Here it is. Very well packaged. Now, this is actually a metal turntable, and I think it might be the first time PME have done a metal turntable. Over the years, I'm fairly confident I have had all of the PME turntables. I could be wrong though. But they're usually plastic, and actually one of the ones you see me using the most in my videos is the PME tilting turntable, which is a plastic turntable. I don't often use the tilt function on it, but I just really like that turntable. But I do also have an Ateco one, I have an Innovative Sugarworks one, I have a no-name metal one, so I do have lots of metal turntables. But the thing with PME is you know it's going to be ridiculously good quality. I mean, PME itself stands for Precision Machine Engineering, so that's essentially what they're all about. Everything is made really precisely and well. But anyway, so this is what it looks like. It's white, it's got a bit of kind of a metallic colour under here and this kind of metal band. It's got a non-stick base on it here, kind of like almost like a silicone-y layer, which does make it very secure on my stainless steel workbench. And it does have a really smooth rotating action. Now, it doesn't have any kind of locking mechanism or anything like some turntables do, but actually one of the things I really liked about this when I saw it is I think it actually looks kind of pretty enough that you could not only use it to kind of decorate your cakes on, but you could even get away with photographing your cakes on here as well. It says here, metal turntable with smooth rotation, ideal for cake decoration. Also perfect as an elegant cake stand. So yeah, really nice, well built, well solidly put together. Really nice, well built and solidly put together turntable. The dimensions are 12 inches in diameter by 5 inches tall. And yeah, it just feels like a really nice piece of kit. I'm pretty confident you will see me using this in a video very soon. But yeah, really excited to give it a try. I'm gonna pop it back there for now. It does look nice, doesn't it? Now, of course, I will link everything that I talk about today down in the video description, but this one I actually found on Amazon and it's currently on there for £40.99. So if you would be interested in checking out the PME Professional turntable, head down to the video description and you will find the link to where I found it on Amazon. Next up is something that I am really excited about, and that's because it's a new product that has been released by a really good friend of mine. Now, if you've been following my social media for a long time, you will know that I have previously collaborated on kind of various blog posts and kind of just fun, cakey projects with Laura Doddymead of Life in Sugar. And Laura is a big fan of working with modelling chocolate. Now, she started working on her own brand of modelling chocolate, gosh, it feels like a good couple of years ago now, and I'm really thrilled to announce that it is finally available for purchase. The chocolate bar by Laura Doddymead of Life in Sugar looks like this, and it's a natural product just made with really basic ingredients that makes it super simple. You don't have to worry about kind of any nasties or anything in there at all. Now, if I open one of these up, inside you will see first of all, that it's wrapped up in this brown paper, and inside it looks like this. Can you see it's kind of portioned into 6 cubes, almost like a real chocolate bar. Now, I know that Laura basically intended this so that if you follow one of her tutorials, she can give you kind of the amounts that you need to use for each element of the project by saying, you know, you need half a square, you need 2 squares, and so on. Now, many of you already know that I am a brand ambassador for Renshaw, and so previously had been using their Belgian chocolate modelling paste for all of my modelling chocolate needs. But Renshaw actually discontinued their Belgian chocolate modelling paste last year, kind of at the height of the pandemic, and I have been desperately trying to track down a new modelling chocolate that I could use for modelling with chocolate, I guess. And so I'm absolutely thrilled that Laura's product is finally available, and in fact you can purchase it from beauproducts.co.uk. Now, in addition to the regular kind of chocolate shades of modelling chocolate, Laura has also released a whole host of colours as well, which I will kind of flash up on the screen so that you can see them. And of course you can then make additional shades by combining those kind of primary and secondary colours together in different combinations to make other colours too. So if you are a fan of working with modelling chocolate or would like to give it a try for the first time, head to Beau Products, which again I will link down in the video description so that you can go and check it out directly. But also make sure you check out the Chocolate Bar Instagram account, where I know that Laura has been posting lots of really fun ideas for you to try when you're using the chocolate bar for the first time as well. So yes, congratulations to Laura, really proud of you, really thrilled to see this happening, and can't wait to give it a go for myself. Next up, we have another product made by a really good friend of mine, and again, this one was sent to me in PR, so thank you so much to Molly Robbins of the Creature Creator fame for sending me the brand new Molly's Creature Creator multi-use 3D cake molds, the miniature editions. Now, you've previously seen me talk about the Creature Creator before. It is Molly's amazing, innovative system to allow you to bake carved cakes, ready carved, to help you decorate kind of animals, people, and all sorts of other fun cakes without any of the hassle of worrying about wastage or kind of carving accurately or anything like that. In fact, when they were originally released, I used mine to make this cake, which I'll put up on the screen right now. And I actually made this using my gluten-free chocolate cake recipe, which is an absolute pain to carve, but it worked brilliantly in the Creature Creator. Now, Molly's been teasing the miniature edition of these for a while now, and I'm really excited to be able to see it in person. So let's have a look inside the box. So there are 2 different types, just like there were with the Creature Creator. There is the standing mould, and then there is the lying down mould, and they are exactly the same shapes as the full-size creators. They are just small, so they look like this. Now, as you would expect from Molly, inside the box there is also a really clear and easy to follow user guide, which takes you through everything from how to use the moulds, the recipe that she recommends to use with the moulds, how to make buttercream and ganache to help you kind of fill and sandwich together the two halves of the mould, different ways you can model with them, and even a couple of different tutorials that you can use with your new mini moulds. And I have to say, I absolutely love this one right here. I like pugs, what can I say? What I think is absolutely fantastic about the new mini moulds is that essentially it means that you can do miniature cake toppers, but actually make them out of cake. So you don't have to have those big kind of chunks of icing or modelling paste or what have you on your cakes. You can have even more cake that people can enjoy. Or instead of cupcakes, make lots of little miniature cakes. And plus they're just super adorable. So again, if this is something that you would be interested in checking out, I have put a link to where you can find them down in the video description. And also in the box, there was something else that Molly sent me as well, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about it in this video because it is a brand new product that she is going to be releasing very soon. And I really should have reached out and asked her if I was allowed to talk about it in the video. But I'm going to err on the side of caution, and if I am allowed to talk about it, I will do a special dedicated video just on this particular product, because I haven't seen anything like it before, which probably means you guys won't have seen anything like it before, and therefore it needs our full attention. So yes, thank you so much, Molly, for sending these over. I can't wait to use them. Hopefully, if you guys are interested in an upcoming video, and thank you also for the advanced sneak peek at the other thing that I haven't talked about, but you guys are going to love them, I promise you. So exciting! Now next up we have another product that has actually been designed, invented, created by an actual working cake artist. And it's another one that we have kind of seen a version of before, very recently in fact. If you haven't already seen it, I'm going to pop a link up in the corner to my video where we put to the test the one and only Ganache Kit from Bridget's Cake Room. In that video, you saw me using Bridget's system to ganache a cake by assembling it inside a liner and then just kind of piping melted ganache all around the outside. We popped it in the fridge, took it out the next morning, and it was perfectly finished, absolutely flawless. Now, rather excitingly, I had another delivery this week from Bridget, and it's only the square version of the Ganache Kit. Now, what's really cool about the square version is you can actually use one kit to ganache a 5-inch, a 6-inch, a 7-inch, and an 8-inch square sponge. Now, I don't know about you, but ganaching or buttercreaming square cakes I just think it's the worst. It takes so long, and it's so much harder than ganaching round cakes because of course you have to get those perfectly square corners that have to be really neat and precise in 3 dimensions. And if the square version of the Ganache Kit is anything like the round version, this is going to make my life so much easier. So just like the round kit, it comes with all the same bits and pieces that you would expect. So we've got the foam, we've got the kind of the non-stick liner for the base, we've got the bottle, we've got the clip strips, and of course we have the liner itself. And to assemble it, I've actually got a 7-inch square cake tin here. So I need the 7-inch foam. Essentially you have the 4 corners of the liner, which you place into your tin. But essentially, once you've done all of that, you end up with something that looks like this. And so what you can then do is put some of your liquid, so freshly made ganache, into the bottom of the tin and then assemble your cake inside using the ganache bottle to add ganache around the outsides of the cake until you get to the depth that you want, and then you just place this in the fridge or even the freezer to chill, and then when it's fully set you can just remove the liner and you end up with a beautifully finished, perfectly square cake. And this is going to make my life so much easier. So thank you, first of all, so much to Bridget and her team for sending me this. And if you would like to see me use it, so put it to the test in its own video, again, head to the comments and let me know. I'm definitely going to do it, but if you guys want to see me do it, then yeah, let me know down in the comments. And of course, if you would like to get your hands on one yourself, I'll also pop a link in the video description to where you can pick one up. For the next item on our list today, we are going back to PME, and that's purely because when I was on their website looking for where I could buy the turntable, I also stumbled across this in the brand new section of their website, and that is a set of 19 nested round cutters. Now, obviously we all know cutters are really useful, but what's amazing about these cutters in particular is that size range. Can you see that? So we've got everything from this tiny little round cutter that looks like this, right through to this one here. Now I actually have some large cutters at this sort of size that I got from, I think, Ateco a good few years ago, and I actually use them when I want to cut down a cake, so maybe perhaps trim the caramelization off the side, or say I bake an 8-inch cake and then I think, actually, I think this would look better as a 7-inch. I'll use my Ateco cutters to actually cut the cake down. But I have never been able to find such a broad range of sizes as this. So while your first thought might be like, oh, they'd be absolutely brilliant for cookies, I think actually there are so many different ways you could use these, because of course, yes, you could use them for cookies and biscuits, but you could also use them for pastry, you could use them for trimming down cakes, you could use them for sugar paste. Literally, there is just no end. And in fact, on the tin itself, you can see that they've used them to make those kind of Subway biscuit ring kind of cake things that were really popular. Was it last year or the year before? I'll be honest, time has kind of blurred, what with the pandemic and not really going anywhere. You say last year to me and I'm still thinking 2019. But as you guys know, I love a tool that can be used in lots and lots of different ways, and I think that these cutters, which range from 3/4 of an inch right through to 7 inches, will just be so incredibly useful. Again, if these have piqued your interest and you'd like to find out a bit more about them, head to the video description. I'll post a link and you can check them out for yourselves. Next up, we've got something that we have seen here on my channel before, and that is the natural flavoured icing sugars from Sugar and Crumbs. But in particular today, I want to talk to you about the brand new summer flavours that have just been released. If you've not come across these before, Sugar and Crumbs are a cake supplies retailer who also have a whole selection of their own products, including their natural flavoured icing sugars, and these are brilliant for flavouring your cakes, your buttercreams, your meringues. Anywhere really that you use sugar, you can use the flavoured icing sugars from Sugar and Crumbs. Every year they always release some seasonal collections, whether that's the winter themed ones or in this case the summer themed ones, and the summer ones this year have particularly piqued my interest because the flavours sound absolutely amazing. Altogether there are 5 of them, and they include Sweethearts flavour, which I believe is inspired by Love Heart Sweets. There's the Mojito flavour, which is alcohol free. So if you want to do some cocktail flavoured baking without actually using alcohol in your recipe, absolutely fantastic. There's the Twister flavour, inspired by quite possibly one of the best iced lollies in existence. Passion fruit martini, which again is alcohol free. And finally, dragon fruit and mango, which sounds like an absolutely amazing combination of flavours. Now, like all of the Sugar and Crumbs and natural flavoured icing sugars, these are gluten-free, suitable for vegans and vegetarians, and dairy-free, obviously because they're suitable for vegans. And they come in 500-gram pouches, which means you basically have the perfect amount to do a large batch of buttercream, or if you decide to split the mixture and use half of it in your cake mix and half in your buttercream, you have enough for about 12 cupcakes. I do have recipes over on my website where I have used the Sugar and Crumbs natural flavoured icing sugars before, so if you would like to have a go at one of those, again, head to the link in the video description. And of course, if you'd like to pick some up for yourself to give them a try, I will also put a link to the Sugar and Crumbs website in the video description as well. Gosh, that video description is going to be absolutely packed with links this week. Oh, I've also heard that the Sugar and Crumbs icing sugars make absolutely fantastic ice cream as well. So if you have ever had a go at the ice cream recipe that is printed on the back of the packet, do head down to the comments and let me know, because it's something I've not got around to doing yet, and I need to, because I love ice cream. And as I say, some of those flavours sound absolutely amazing. 2 items to go. The first of which is a little bit random, I will be honest. But again, when I was checking out some of kind of the cake supply retailer websites, and I always check out that new in section on all of them just to see if there's any kind of exciting new releases that we all need to be talking about. And I stumbled across a whole section on the cake decorating company of dried edible flowers. Now, hear me out. If you have not used edible flowers in your cake decorating before, you are missing out because they look absolutely stunning and you can eat them. So it's not like when when you decorate a cake with like normal flowers and you have to worry about whether they're food safe and wrapping the stems safely and using posy picks. These are flowers that you can actually incorporate directly into the cake design. You can place them on the cake and people can eat them. And as I say, I've used them before. I'll pop up a couple of pictures of cakes where I have used edible flowers. But normally when you decorate with edible flowers, you use fresh edible flowers, which means of course they don't last very long. You essentially have to buy them, get them and use them all within a very quick time frame. Otherwise they just die. Well, obviously they're already dead, but they stop looking like pretty flowers very quickly. So I was really intrigued by the idea of dried edible flowers because of course you would have much longer to use them. Now, I will be honest, I ordered these and another product from the cake decorating company that was quite heavy. And although they had put like padding and everything in, I do think that they still managed to get quite battered because they are looking quite sad, which is a shame. But again, I did only buy them just to have a look at, so I'm not too upset about it because if I was going to use them on a cake that I plan to use them on, I could easily get some more. But yeah, I just thought it was really intriguing and definitely worth having a look at. So if I pop them out onto my hand, this batch is just the dried mixed edible flowers. They did also have kind of specific flowers that you could buy individually as well. But if I kind of bring these up to the camera, can you see, so we've just got lots of different petals in here. I'm not going to pretend to know what they are because I have no idea about flowers at all. But I just think actually I could see so many different ways that you could incorporate these into a cake design. So again, if it's something that you might be interested in checking out, I'll put the link to where you can find them on the Cake Decorating Company's website and you can go and have a little look for yourself. And if you do know flowers, then do feel free to head down to the comments and let me know what you can see here. And as I say, you get a really long shelf life on these. In fact, this batch I've got here are best before October 2021. So that's a good 6 months of shelf life compared to I think it's like 3 days that you get on the fresh ones. So don't be surprised if you see these popping up on a cake design very soon. Last but not least, we have one more product that I also found at the Cake Decorating Company, but I know that you can buy it from multiple retailers, and that is the Icing and Frosting Whitener from Ingenious Edibles, which looks like this. Now, we all know the struggle of trying to achieve a true white buttercream if you are using proper butter and flavourings that have colour to them, such as vanilla. In previous videos, I'm fairly confident you've seen me use titanium dioxide powder to whiten my buttercream before, which is essentially just a white edible powder that you can add to buttercreams and frostings and chocolates to whiten them. And I always talk about how long I will beat butter for before I even start adding icing sugar and things to get it as pale and as light as possible. But this new Icing and Frosting Whitener from Ingenious Edibles basically says that you can use it to brighten white icing or tone down coloured buttercreams with this white icing colour / whitener from Ingenious Edibles. This white icing colour from Ingenious Edibles is a liquid that can be added to icing and buttercream to whiten the colour, or alternatively it can be added to coloured icing to tone down and lighten the shade. Now, the ingredients are not very illuminating. It appears to just be a couple of E numbers, so I don't know if it uses titanium dioxide as well, or if there is another kind of amazing ingredient in here that does the job instead. And I was planning on doing just a really quick test at the end of this video to just quickly make some buttercream and pop some of this in so that we could see it in action. But I did see, I think it was this morning, that Cakes by Lynn's here on YouTube has just done a video where she makes buttercream and then uses this to lighten it. So rather than me do a very kind of half-hearted attempt at the end of a first looks video to do that. I'm going to pop a link to Lindsay's video down in the video description so that you can have a look. But again, if you would like to see this in action and would like me to do a video where we actually put this to the test, then do let me know in the comments. And otherwise, I'm fairly confident it will just pop up at some point in a video soon where I'm next making buttercream and I decide to use some. But yes, that was the icing and frosting whitener from Ingenious Edibles, which looks like that. Now, there were a couple of other products that I had been hoping to include in this week's video, but unfortunately they just didn't arrive in time. I have hung on as long as I possibly could in case they arrive today, but unfortunately they haven't. And it is Saturday evening now, so I do need to get this video edited, otherwise it won't be up in time for 10 AM tomorrow morning. But when they do arrive, I will make sure I pop them to one side, and perhaps we can do another kind of what's new in cake video in a couple of weeks' time. But essentially, there you go, guys. Those were the 8 new products that have kind of caught my attention over the last few weeks while I've been perusing all the cake retailers that I keep track of. Is there anything that's particularly caught your attention or piqued your interest that you'll be checking out for yourself? Do let me know down in the comments. And if you've already picked up any of these products, I'd love to hear what you thought of it. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up down below. And if it's your first time visiting Mr. Baker's Cakes here on YouTube, do please make sure you hit that red subscribe button before you go today. If you are already subscribed and would like to receive a notification every time I upload a video, you can also click on that bell icon. Now, just before I do wrap things up, just a quick announcement that I have announced the winner of the Kenwood Chefette and Cadbury Mini Eggs Cookbook giveaway over on Instagram this week. So if you're not already following me over there and you would like to find out if you were one of my 10 lucky winners, do head over to Instagram. I'll pop my tag or my username up on the screen for you right now. And if you are one of the lucky winners, congratulations. And if you weren't, don't worry, because I'll be doing another amazing giveaway very soon. But other than that, thank you so much for joining me this week, guys, and I will see you at the same time next week for another video. Until then, take care and happy caking. Bye, guys.